What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I hope your week has been going incredibly well. Today I'm going to be reviewing a pre-workout that comes to us from our good friends over at 5% Nutrition. And in case you guys don't know, this is a company that was started by Rich Piana, who is a legendary bodybuilder, and I've seen a lot of his videos over the years. Well, maybe not a lot, but I've definitely seen my share of them. I'm not really somebody that follows bodybuilders religiously. It's not, ironically, I'm in supplements, but I'm not really into the whole bodybuilding thing. I know who Chris Bum is, obviously Arnold, and a couple of the golden era gods that were really doing it up in California during those days. But my point is, I don't follow these people religiously. However, I do know who Rich Piana is, and he did found this company. Seemed like a really down-to-earth, chill guy. Rest in peace to Rich Piana. Anyway, with that being said, today I am reviewing the high-stim pre-workout known as 5150. Yeah, guys, 5150. This is obviously their strongest pre-workout because high-stim Ace always starts at the top, and I do work my way down. I do have a certain reputation to uphold after all. But this one here looks really, really cool. I think it's Rich Piana here on the cover. I've never seen him bold before. He always had a luxurious mane, but I think it is Rich Piana, and he is bold in this picture here. He is jacked as hell. And yeah, we got the Rocket Pop flavor over here. It says 5150, caffeine warning, supercharged with cocoa alkaloids. In case you guys don't know, that is theobromine. But yeah, it's a very cool label. It's very different. It's unique. It definitely pops. And I do like Rocket Pop, if I do say so myself. So without further ado, let's roll that intro. And when we come back, we are going to discuss 5% Nutrition 5150. So yes, indeed, we do have Rich Piana here on the cover, and he's looking shredded and jacked, and this pre-workout theoretically will help you reach those levels. Now, the flavor I do have on here, as I mentioned earlier, is the Rocket Pop flavor, and I think they have like 3 or 4 other flavors. They actually had a nice selection of flavors across the board, and I did go ahead and pick up a couple of stuff from their website on the 4th of July sale because they had like a 40 to 60% off on a lot of items. So I got the creatine, I got the liquid carnitine, I got their amino hydration formula, which by the way tastes delicious. I got the sweet tea flavor. We'll be reviewing that one in the near future, and everything else I picked up. But this one here, I had to start with the high-stim pre-workout because I am high-stim Ace after all. So flavor, very solid. The serving size in here is 14.5 grams per 1 scoop, and it comes in exactly at 14.5 grams. And I do love when companies do that, so definitely something for other people to take a note of and try to get those dosages right. This one here definitely does. The flavor, like I said, Rocket Pop flavor, very, very solid. Probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Very enjoyable. Teeny tiny bit of bitterness on the back end, but honestly, barely noticeable. So you guys are going to like the flavor. It is very, very solid. Let's talk about this label. So looking at the supplement facts here, 1 scoop comes in at 14.5 grams. And like I mentioned earlier, that is right on the money. You're going to get 14.5 grams per flat scoop, and you're getting 30 servings per container in here. No half scoop, full scoop, 1 dose, 2 dose, or anything like that. 30 servings per container, 1 scoop is the full dose. All right. So we are going to begin, and this is interesting because this is what I call a semi-proprietary label, meaning they don't tell you exactly the dosages of every single ingredient on here. You're going to get most of the exact dosages, but then the Stim blend is going to come in a nice proprietary blend, which I'm okay with for the record. I never have an issue with prop blends. Now we're going to begin with vitamin B3 as niacin coming in at 30 milligrams. That is a pretty high dose, not the highest I've ever had. I think the most I ever had was 60, which was insane, but 30 is kind of hovering. So if you guys are sensitive, this one might actually give you the tingles, especially if you're combining it with beta-alanine, which I do believe is included in this product here. We're going to talk about it. We got vitamin B12 at 1,000 micrograms and choline as choline bititrate at 200 milligrams. Okay, so now we are going to begin with the meat and potatoes of the label, and we do start off the pre-workout label with L-citrulline at 4,000 milligrams. So solid dose, it's not amazing. I like anywhere from 6 to 10 grams. 4 grams is solid though. So it's actually pretty good because this is a stim heavy blend. So theoretically, if you want to stack pumps on this one, you definitely can. We're going to talk about that in the effects section, so make sure you stay tuned. And then of course we do have beta-alanine at 3,000 milligrams. So obviously I knew that if they're putting the niacin in here, they're also going to put the beta-alanine, and 3 grams is very solid, just 200 milligrams short of the clinical dose, but who the hell cares about clinical doses, am I right? We got L-taurine at 2,000 milligrams, jack of all trade, energy, endurance, stamina, and all that other fun stuff. and acetyl L-tyrosine 750 milligrams. So that is a nootropic for focus, for mental cognition and clarity, and it's a solid dose. It's not like a 4-gram dose like some of these illicit underground hitters, but this one here is not claiming to be an illicit underground hitter. It's claiming to be a high-stim pre-workout, and high-stim pre-workout it most certainly is. We got choline bititrate 500 milligrams, alpha GBC 50% yield 200 milligrams, so a pretty low dose, but it should still give you a little bit of extra focus and concentration. And then we have bitter orange extract, also known as synephrine, standardized at 10%, 150 milligrams, so definitely a nice dose. I like that. It's going to help with the thermogenesis, the sweating, and also indirectly contribute to the pump, and it definitely comes through. We're going to talk about it, guys. We got cocoa alkaloids, also known as theobromine, 80 milligrams for additional clean stimulation. And then we have some huperzine at 50 micrograms, 1% standardization. And now we're going to get into the fun part of this label, the Stim blend complex. It's actually called the Stim Crazy Caffeine Complex, 500 milligrams total. Okay, so all the ingredients I'm about to read right now combined have a 500 milligram dose. So we're going to begin, obviously, with caffeine anhydrous. Then we have dicaffeine malate, trademarked as Infinergy, theobromine, caffeine from green tea leaf extract, yerba mate extract, guarana seed extract, alpha yohimbine 90% yield, and that is what I like to see, green coffee bean extract, Godu cola extract, which I do believe is another extract from cocoa beans. So overall, this is a nice little blend here. You do have the alpha yo, you have the theobromine, 2 sources of caffeine, and then the natural source of caffeine. So whether it's 3 sources of caffeine, it's debatable, but either way, you're getting a lot of stimulation in here for 500 milligrams. Before I get into my experience running the 5% Nutrition 5150 over the past 2 days, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow Stim junkie or a pre-workout enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Alright guys, the 5150, high-stim Ace's first foray into a Rich Piana themed pre-workout, and boy does this one hit. I don't know if you could tell, but I am still pretty darn energized, and that is despite the fact that I got back from the gym about hour and 45 minutes ago. I took a shower, I had to do a few things around the house, so I've been sitting here at home close to 2 hours already, and that is after giving it a good 2-hour training session in the gym today. Today was push day, chest and tris, little bit of shoulders as well, but I absolutely crushed it. And the beautiful thing about this product here is that it builds gradually over time. You guys know how much I love the creepers, the builders, whatever you want to call them. These pre-workouts, you're going to feel like within 10, 15 minutes, but then they kind of build and build and build throughout your entire session. They evolve with you. So if you're putting in extra work and you're aggressive, it's going to smack you right back, and it's working in synergy with you. This right here is one such product. You're going to take the drink, and within 8 or 9 minutes, you're going to start feeling a nice floaty head high, a very, very nice buzz, also combined with a nootropic sense of well-being and a nice clear-headed focus. Honestly, if you told me that this formula here had like 200 or 250 milligrams of Araya genesis, I would believe it, because that nice floaty head high you get, that isn't quite on the level of a DMHA2 amino, but it kind of feels like Araya, and I don't know what it is in here. I don't know if it's just the nootropics combined with the alpha-yo, with the synephrine. A lot of times thermogenics can also amplify the effects of stimulants. I don't know what it is, but like 10 minutes in, you're feeling a very good buzz, a floaty head high, but also this energy starting to creep in slowly. It doesn't smack you right off the bat, but at that 10-minute mark, it starts slowly building. And once you're in the gym, 15, 20 minutes after consuming the drink, you're just going to be on go, go, go mode the entire time. It feels good. It even feels somewhat illicit, even though that it's not, but it feels like there's something in here. I'm telling you, it feels like there's Araya genesis in here, and that is just a testament to how good the product is with its multiple sources of caffeine, theobromine, synephrine, and obviously the alpha-yo, which I think is the star of the show here. This probably feels like 2.5 milligrams of well-sourced alpha-yo. If you guys ever had Edge of Insanity or Void, or what's that other one? Tweak is a really good one, right? You have so many good alpha-yo based pre-workouts, Psychotic, obviously, and all those variations. This has a very similar feel to those products, but those tend to hit a little bit faster. This one here, it does build up a little bit, but 25, 30 minutes in, the alpha-yo is going to come in. It's going to move you out of the driver's seat into the passenger seat, and it's going to take over. So it builds very nicely. It gives you that 25-ish minute mark to kind of get ready, and you're buzzing, and you're feeling nootropic and focused and dialed in, and you're feeling good and positive. You're pushing, you're pumped, and you're just feeling in an absolutely incredible headspace. Then the alpha-yo comes in, and that feeling of extra energy just creeps up on you. You're going to be sweating. The heart rate's definitely going to go up. You might be drooping a little bit here and there from the nose, but nothing intolerable. It's not one of those pre-workouts where you're tweaking and you're shaking uncontrollably and you're anxious and you're sweating excessively. It's not like that. This is a drama-free pre-workout, but you have to be somebody that is used to Alpha-Yo. If you don't vibe with Alpha-Yo, or if you've never had more than like 1 milligram of Alpha-Yo, maybe start off with half a scoop to assess your tolerance. You should still get a good workout on half a scoop. But if you're somebody like high-Stim, somebody that embraces the Alpha-Yo and really enjoys that extra energy and sense of aggression that comes with it, this one's crazy. And it's got that good, clean head high from the Alpha-Yo where you're almost speedy, but not to the point of it feeling like something illicit, something that's going to give you a heart attack. This feels very, very clean. And the fact that it only has 4 grams of citrulline means that if you want, you could stack another 5 grams of L-citrulline. You could stack some nitric oxide caps if you want. You could stack a little bit of glycerol, whatever you want. This here is a perfect option. You could put pump pills on it. There are so many incredible options in this day and age. And I do think they also have a pump formula, which I did not pick up, but maybe they'll send it my way. Who the hell knows? Anyway, I really enjoyed this pre-workout. You're going to get in about 2.5 hours of good, consistent, clear energy, a nice buzz to start off things 10 minutes into the 25-minute mark. And then after that 25-30 minutes in, the Alpha-Yo takes over, and it's going to feel like a nice Alpha-Yo slapper, but it builds gradually in levels to the point where even an hour in, it kind of gives you an extra push here and there, and it feels nice. It's really good. You're going to push hard. You're going to sweat. And surprisingly, the pumps are really, really good. Even just on 4 grams of citrulline, the pumps are solid. I mean, yeah, pumps speak for themselves, boys. Am I right? But either way, I ran the product on its own both times I took it, and I really like it. So this right here is definitely a high-stim pre-workout, but a non-illicit one, meaning you could run this one like 3-4 times a week, in my opinion, and there's no issues. Obviously, space a day in between here and there, but 3-4 times a week, you could definitely run this one. It's an Alpha-Yo-based pre-workout. There's no exotic stimulants in here, no gray area stuff in here, but this is a really good one. It slaps really nicely, but it also builds up in a way where it doesn't overwhelm you and take you by surprise. You get to go on this experience with the pre-workout, and it does its job really well. Now, if you guys want to pick up the 5150 from 5% Nutrition, you can head over to NutriCartel.com and use discount code ACE15 at checkout, which will save you 15% off your entire order and help support the high-Stim YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, and if you found it beneficial to you, then show your support by dropping a like on this video. It greatly helps the algorithm. Comment down below. Let me know if you've ever dabbled with any of the 5% Nutrition products. Are you a fan of Rich Piana? Did you watch a bunch of his videos before his untimely passing? Let me know down below, guys. I interact with each and every one of you guys. I love hearing from you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at high-stim-ace, and I will see you all next time for the next high-stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High-Stim-Ace, signing off.